Welcome back to the Midnight Who Show, and today we're going to be reviewing the final 2 episodes of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, I thought episode 5 was a pretty okay episode. I really enjoyed the fight between Sam, Bucky, and John. Because of last episode, John may have, murdered a member of the Flag Smashers in broad daylight. So Sam and Bucky are trying to take the shield from him, because he just doesn't deserve it at that point. And we do see the repercussions of his actions throughout this episode as they now strip him of the title of Captain America. And we get to see him kind of deal with that. And we also get to be introduced to a really interesting Marvel character. It'll be very interesting to see where she goes into the future. But I really think the best part of this episode was how Sam was training with the shield. I really enjoyed that, how he's at his sister's place and he's just practicing with it. I really enjoyed that. I think that was probably the best part of this episode. But yeah, I think episode 5 is definitely not the best episode of the show. But the legacy of the shield being explored, though, I really enjoyed. And I think that is what made this episode memorable, is because you're kind of seeing Sam deal with that after what John Walker did to that shield. And him processing that, and I think that was really good. Now, episode 6, though, was a pretty decent finale. It's what you would expect. Sam, Bucky, going against the Flag Smashers, and they're stopping them. And the action in this episode was pretty decent. There was a lot of great fight scenes in it. But I think the most memorable part of it is that Sam got his new suit. His Captain America suit. And they did an amazing job with this. It is definitely comic book accurate. They did the design and him flying very directed very well. Lots of good cinematography in this episode with Sam going flying throughout the air. They did a really good job with it. But yeah, I do think this episode was a pretty decent end to the show. They basically stopped the Flag Smashers, but there kind of still seems a little bit around. And the show ends with basically John Walker kind of becoming U.S. agent, so that'll be interesting to see where that heads to in the future. But I really liked how Bucky's arc kind of came to a close in this. Him paying for what he did as the Winter Soldier to people, and he finally makes the biggest apology, the one he was dreading. And I really just enjoyed that scene. I kind of wanted more of it, it seemed. I don't know, there's something off about that scene, but it was still a good scene. And I really liked how the episode ended, by the way, with Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Even though he's probably not the Winter Soldier much anymore. But I think the best part of this, besides, Sam becoming Captain America, I think one of my favorite parts of this episode was at the end where Sam took Isaiah Bradley to, the Captain America exhibit, but showed that they now added a section for him. And I thought that was such a cool addition to this episode. And just how Isaiah felt about it. So good. And we also get some more interesting things happening with Sharon Carter. Where's that going to head? I'm very excited to see that. Because will she ruin the legacy of the Carter name? Who knows, but we'll find out. But yeah, overall, these 2 episodes were pretty good. And overall, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I think, was a pretty decent show. I really think the highlights of it was Sam dealing with the legacy of Captain America and him kind of, stepping up into that role, which we see in the final episode, and Bucky kind of going through kind of therapy in a way and growing and, getting past his Winter Soldier days. And I think the show did a pretty good job of that. I will say the Flag Smashers are probably going to be my least favorite part of this series. I think the concept was really cool, but I don't really know if it was executed really well by the finale, but it was still good. It's like, I think some more development was needed on the Flag Smashers, but it was still semi-decent. But yeah, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, final 2 episodes, were pretty decent. I enjoyed them. They had all the Marvel action and some great cinematography in them. And that new suit. Awesome. So that's it. That's it for tonight. I really hope you guys enjoyed this review. Tell me your guys' thoughts on the final 2 episodes of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.